G'day, I'm Ben from Cash Pro Australia and you're listening to Lawn Care Skull Sessions with co-host, the bearded lawnsman, BJ. How are you?
Good, man. Boom. What's happening? That doesn't look good, eh? I was going to fist bump you and then I
I could probably still do it with this. It's it's all happening at the moment. We the new house, it flooded. And I mean, inside the house didn't flood. We ended up saving that. But man, we got it was probably 600 high on the block.
Creaky
just, really exhausting, trying to, and on Thursday night when we went there and sandbagged everything, it was just really tough to go to sleep that night because, and sure enough, when we got there Friday, she's lapping up on there. So, but anyway, we got some pumps and we're pumping water out.
That's good, man.
No water went in.
Thank fuck.
So now the block, the water has subsided now, but and it's just all mud, but hey.
It didn't go in the house.
No, it didn't go in the house. So I did cut my hand with a knife.
So bad. There was literally guts hanging out of it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I've got to play basketball tomorrow night. That's actually going to be pretty interesting.
Fuck.
So
at least it's not your shooting hand; it's your holding hand.
This is my foul hand.
Oh no!
When I want to grab someone and be like, "Yeah, what up?"
Yeah, squirrel grip.
So my big toenail fell off.
What the fuck kind of water were you walking in?
Well, it was minced anyway. I dropped a bunch of steel on it, and it had been all messed up for a while. But because I was walking around in the water, it just got waterlogged.
Yeah.
And anyway, it was crack up. All I was doing was taping it because it was kind of still connected with skin, like a live skin. And last night in the shower, every night, I've been just trying to lift it up, and my toenails are I never keep them long.
Yeah.
But they're thick as, man. They're full proper.
So healthy.
So maybe it's from the milk.
Maybe, fucking calcium nails.
I actually got to the point where I'm trying to rip it and it's hurting because it's proper skin. And do you mind if I sidebar straight up?
Yeah, go for it.
There's a story, right? So me ripping my toenail off is exactly the same as what one day Russell has walked out of his house to go to work, and he saw all these tiny little birds that had been injured somehow.
Yeah.
They weren't going to live.
Yeah.
And so this is so awful. He wanted to break their necks to put them out of their misery. And he was actually doing, Russell's a super nice guy.
Yeah.
And he was actually doing proper, where you think you're committing, but you just don't put your all in it.
Yeah.
And he was actually doing that, and they were going dweep, dweep. I don't even think it's funny.
Oh.
But that's what I was doing with my toenail, and eventually I just...
were you tweeting?
Well, I was sitting down in the shower.
Oh, man.
Anyway, I ended up doing a twist and pull and got it off. So, and it's not too painful, a little sensitive.
Anything else? Fucking hell.
Man,
it just never ends, eh?
No, I actually have more injuries at the moment, but that's right. What's happening with you?
Oh, same old, mate. Fuck, this weather is so bad for everything. I know you've had your floods, but God.
Can you describe for our listeners that aren't in Brisbane at the moment, what is doing? I'm not talking about just the rainfall. Right?
So I don't know, the guys in Brisbane will 100% understand, but fuck me, it's just there's just random storms popping up all over the place, and they're just forming from nothing, absolutely out of the middle of nowhere, and they're just full ferocious storms. I fucking was driving them on the other day, and I was I'm a couple of seconds off pulling over because it was so bad,
But my issue is not even with... it is with the rain, and I can't believe we're having so much, but, last night, which was Monday night, I had gotten home from the other house and I had a few catch pros to build, and it was 8 o'clock at night, so we hadn't had rain for hours.
Yeah.
And I came outside and I was like, has it been raining? and like all the concrete and brick areas were just wet. Like everything was just like sweating or something.
It's so bad.
And there was like when I looked out into the paddock, it was like full mad fog.
Yeah.
I ended up Googling it, and I hope I don't fuck this up, but apparently like fog is created when it's really clear at night and the air can rapidly cool.
Yeah.
Because when there's like tons of cloud cover, the air can't cool as quickly.
Oh, okay.
And it translates to
creepy
humidity.
out on the paddock.
It looked cool, man. Yeah, it looked
Imagine
cool.
if I fucking ran out of there naked.
I wouldn't have seen you till you were like right near me.
Dick on your leg. Oh man, yeah, the humidity fucking got us. Like I've just rolled in here from a full day of just sweat. Well, I can't believe it's so hot still. Like normally we were in jumpers.
Yeah. Well, I'm in long pants now. My bad saviours, by the way.
Ooh.
We'll talk a little bit about that soon. Now, for everyone today, we don't actually have a topic.
Nah.
So we're doing a bit of a freestyle. Some people enjoy these sessions.
Yeah.
We're still going to cover a few topics, but a little bit of, I guess, not being prepared on our side. But, you know.
It's been a dog of a week.
Yeah.
The previous week, like I'm having staff issues and fucking rain issues. And you'd think like, oh, yeah, no, you should be ahead if you're not working. I had a Bucks night on Saturday night.
Yeah, on the piss.
I got so fucked up. I haven't drunk like it. So the guys the guy that's getting married is my wife's cousin. Excellent dude and fucking massive congratulations to Mitchie. So it was his Bucks. We went out and...
He's also my cousin.
Yeah, he's your cousin too.
Somehow.
Family.
I don't know how he's my cousin, but...
So we started at a house and there was just like endless beers and this house is being demolished. So like we were allowed to fuck it up real bad.
Oh yeah. Imagine if I was there.
Yeah, I know. So the first one was a heel through the wall and then someone literally picked up someone, one on each side of this guy and tried to put his head through the wall. It didn't work. So I decided to run at the wall and full just leap into it. And I hit... so after we'd pulled down all the walls, we found that I literally went for a load-bearing stud. And I fucking bounced off. I'll put it up on the Skull Sessions Instagram. I've got the impact and the bounce off. Someone filmed it and, man, I got rattled from that so bad. But, yeah, I didn't finish until 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh.
So I stayed at Mitchie's place and I texted his wife-to-be.
Wait, that's behind my old place.
Yeah.
You should have shouted out to Ivo, eh?
Oi, Ivo, could you get me a bag? I'm about to spew. So I was like, oh, can I have a shower just to make me feel a bit fresher? She was like, oh yeah, I'll get you a towel. And I like just went in there and I just fucking yunned it all in the thing. I was just like, oh no, they have like 2 little kids. I'm like, oh, this is so bad. So I messaged Lou, I'm like, I can't get an Uber. I'm going to have to pay her to clean it up. Like, you got to come up and get me. She came and got me, but it wasn't until like 10 o'clock. And on the way home, I had to get her to stop. And I was spewing out the door, got home, got in the shower, fucking had like a 45-minute hot shower, and then I like finished it off with a big blast of cold, and then I just walked into the bedroom with a towel, got into bed and slept for like an hour and a half.
I am so glad that I don't drink anymore.
Dude, it was fucking...
The shit I used to put myself through. Now, I had 1 Jack Daniels on Saturday night, and it was very tasty, and that's it, I'm done.
Do you want to know how much I spent on drinks?
Oh, I don't even know what drinks cost these days.
So the average is about... It goes from $12 to $8 for a Jack and Coke. Some of the breweries, I think that the beers for a schooner were like $12. So we hit a few breweries first. I spent $500.
Holy moly.
Like I fucking was like... I absolutely animalised the drink. And Pete, I had a few drinks bought for me too.
Yeah.
I can still hold them and... yeah, but it's not my
See, I'd be Cadbury as these days.
Yeah, I wish I was. It fucking would be. I'd probably be like $250 rich. Oh well. Once every 15 years, big dog's got to eat. You know.
I was going to say, do you remember your Bucks? Because I don't.
I woke up buckled into my mother-in-law's fucking car that she was letting us borrow, and I was just like, yeah, Lou had picked me up from the city at some...
I woke up in my mother-in-law's car at like 10:30 at night because I couldn't get into the club because I was paralytic.
Oh, no.
And then I didn't feel confident enough to sleep inside my house, and I, for some reason, chose a garden with my 2 Labradors. And the next day, I actually shaved my head.
That's how yuck you felt?
That's how disgusting I felt. I needed like a complete refresh.
That was actually...
That was nasty.
So my bucks was wilder than this one by so much. Yeah, there were no shots or anything. It was all just beers and... Yeah.
I actually made... At yours, I actually made like a little teenager dirty mix in a 2 litre.
You did too, I remember that.
I think there's photos of it.
Yeah, there is. There's fucking photos of a lot of shit that won't be shared.
Yeah. It'd be good if we could share the photos with the strippers, hey? Yeah. Because you get to see how young we were.
Wait, they're on my Facebook.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, getting into maybe just a little bit of bizzo talk first. We listened to Gary Ashton's episode yesterday with Keith Kalfas from Aussie Lawn Stars.
Yep.
Now, I was really excited about that. I'm hoping everybody else got amongst it.
Me too.
I haven't particularly followed Keith Kalfas, and nothing against him, but it's just, you can only follow so many people, right? And I've always followed Brian.
Yeah.
Just because look, I enjoy his videos. I don't enjoy all of them, but I do.
Well, Keith Kalfas actually started around the same time as I did in his YouTube stuff, and his was the very first quoting YouTube video. Completely fucking threw me off because our quoting is way off each other's, like their dollar values are completely different, but like the core was still there, so it was a good listen. Yeah,
one thing that I did pick up from Gary's episode, which I liked, and I wished I could have done more of this in Greenscapes, but even though Keith doesn't seem to have a huge business, because it's only like a 3-man operation.
Yeah.
Now, he said he doesn't work on the tools, and you know, I probably disagreed with some of his comments where he's like, oh, if I've got to pick up a backpack blower, I'm going backwards, rah.
Yeah.
That, I don't really... I seem to disagree with that in the sense that, you know, come on, man, a backpack blower. Like, you know.
It's kind of fun.
Well, I mean, it's not that. It's just like, I don't know. It's no big deal, right? Especially if he's on site.
Yeah.
He's like, and look, I also think that some of these guys play down how much their YouTube and other avenues of revenue are really... Like, I just know for Catch Pro, let's say we're doing... and I am not swinging my dick or anything. I'm just trying to give people an accurate figure. We're doing, say, just over $1 million in total revenue. Now, the back end for that, in terms of answering questions, taking orders, just dealing with dealers, dealing with other, you know, consumers and contractors, it's a fair bit.
Yeah, and it's not just you too. Like, people will be like, oh, you're fucking loaded, but it's your wife as well.
And yeah. So I guess if he's doing a lot of that, because YouTube is different in the sense you got like, so people will, you know, they'll still order from Catch Pro and maybe we never have a conversation with them.
Yeah.
But when you're, say, an entrepreneur like Keith Kalfas or a mentor, people are reaching out constantly. So I guess that's, you know, probably... and I know that even Gary is going through the same thing himself. Yeah. He will spend an hour on the phone to a potential interview... you know, teeing up an interview or whatever, and he's really supposed to be on the tools working. Yeah. And you gotta, you know, the podcast is, you know, too small to be big. Yeah. It's kind of getting to the stage maybe where it's a little bit too big to be small. Yeah. So you got to do it at some point.
I know.
And I've been through all that.
Yeah, and we've playing the same game. It's fucking hard.
Same with you with the skag stuff, right? Yeah. You know, someone reaches out and they're like, "Hey, BJ, should I get, you know, a Tiger Cat or should I get a Super Z?" And then you kind of, you know, you got to go through it with them.
I'm always like so apologetic though, because I feel like, you know, that's my job. Like, people come to me for a reason, so I'm always like, if I'm like, even if I'm late by like an hour or, you know, two to get to that message, I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry for the late reply. Let's get into some skag chat and we'll get down and dirty. But yeah, I kind of feel the same way. Like, a lot of the stuff he has is like a lot of motivational stuff. Like, he's very passionate about like the motivational game, I reckon. I
think that's the part that I don't know how much I care about. And look, I'm hoping that we can interview him one day. I feel like him and I are kind of similar in the sense we got a little bit of the don't give a fuck attitude.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we do like structure.
Yep.
Now, going back to what I didn't even touch on was that I like how he talked about when he puts someone on a payroll.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he makes them sign like 50 documents.
Yeah.
You know, you smash a window, you fucking drive my car up someone's ass, you do this, you do that, you are liable.
Yeah.
I think having those structures are really great for any small business.
Yeah.
Because you even know, you know, if someone opens up your trailer door, your ramps, and they drive off and it rips, you know, like
half my shit falls out.
You know what I mean? Like, you work for free that day.
Yeah, 100%.
And I do think that the bosses have to be liable to a certain point.
Yeah, but we also have to be protected as well to a certain point.
But I think also creating that atmosphere. So, like he said, he supplies them with boots, earmuffs, sunnies, stuff like that.
Gloves and shit.
And then makes them sign off.
Yeah,
saying, hey, I received this. Yeah. So, if you haven't listened to it, head over to Aussie Lawn Stars.
It's a good listen.
There's some good info in there.
I think he swore more than Leroy, which is kind of...
and I think Gary was a little bit protective of that.
Yeah.
And, you know, Gary is conscious. Like, he doesn't want to turn people away from any of that stuff. But I do think in the contractor world... you know, we're all adults.
Yeah.
I remember Josh used to say to me all the time, you can't swear in that video, or you can't, you know, we've got kids watching that stuff. Yeah, that's different.
Like, this is specifically for contractors.
Yeah, and I've always felt like, and this is no disrespect to the Jesse Winters and the, you know, some of the young lads that we do know.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, if you're in the workforce, grow up.
Yeah.
And
people are gonna say shit
and really, like, man, when I was 14, like, you know what I mean?
Like, swear, like, I think a large part of the, you know, population swears on a regular, like, really.
Yeah.
But I totally support, like, everyone's choices to speak how they want to speak, but it's just we're like the evil twin.
Yeah, I mean, and like I said, it's not even about us. It's just that I think Gary was very protective and thinking like, oh, maybe people won't listen. Or,
and that's fair. Because he's got a brand. He's got a niche.
Yeah, but I also think that a lot of the language, like, it's in context. Like, it's not. I think it's different if you say, "Hey, what's up, F-head? How you going today?" Compared to like. One day I was walking and I've effing tripped on something.
Yeah.
Or, you know, it's different.
How funny when he said crotch rocket, and because I was listening to it, it's not like a visual, like, it's not something I could watch on YouTube. I was like, I had to stop for a second, like, crotch rocket. I was like, what's behind Gary?
Yeah, I didn't. I actually spun out a little too because I didn't realise that was something that, you know. I didn't know that was a motorcycle.
Yeah. I was like, what? Even though I used to ride a motorcycle, I just
So, you know, thank God no one's ever asked me that before.
I'd be like, what's Gary got? What's he got behind him?
So anyway, that was a great interview.
Yeah, go and hit him up. It's a good one.
And I still haven't, you know, like I've known who Keith Callis is for years. I've never really looked at much of his content, but look, I do know that his content is aimed for businesses that are looking for, that are new startups up to about 100K turnover.
Yeah.
Which
he's got about 400,000 views, I think he was saying. That's pretty good going.
Yeah, so what I was sort of saying before, now we don't earn any money from our YouTube. I am eligible, but I just haven't gone through that process yet. But I know that he would be making coin from that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fuck yeah.
And I would suggest that, and I'm just being realistic and honest, a little bit like my situation, not that I have Greenscapes anymore, but I'm very closely affiliated with you guys. It's important for people like us and Keith and Corey, Brian to a certain extent, no matter how much they try and bullshit. I think the reason why they have those mowing businesses still is to remain relevant.
Yeah.
I like it because it keeps me honest.
Yeah.
Now I don't go out and I'm done with it.
Yeah.
But using the Whipper Gripper and using the Catch Pro and doing things in various conditions and staying relative, it's very important to me.
Of course.
So maybe same sort of deal with them.
Yeah.
And hopefully maybe you one day. You never know.
Maybe
if this podcast ever takes off, right?
Yeah. Well, I feel like we're getting a lot of traction, but geez, mate, the sponsors are coming in like really slowly.
Well, not at all, really. Just a quick shout out to Stephen Ween from Chromo.
Oh yeah.
Saw just briefly scrolling through Facebook. He's getting ready to do an interview with the newspaper.
Nice.
He got a bunch of ego stuff. As a result, I think of some of the when we got some of the ego stuff, which was cool.
Yeah.
I mean, he might have been on the edge anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's going to do a interview about reducing emissions.
That's pretty cool.
That's really cool. So
yeah, massive congratulations. That's pretty cool. Getting the business in the paper will really help out for sure.
And he's a well-spoken dude too.
Yeah.
Like he's a little bit
super cutie,
articulate and stuff like that.
For sure.
We do have a new review. Let's get onto that so that we can get rid of the screen. Now, BJ just has to learn how to bloody use a MacBook. Oh. It's a 2-finger swipe. Ready?
Is it?
See?
Oh, okay. I know that one.
So this one is from
Mudicelli. Yeah, very nice. So Mudicelli says, cheers for the plug today, boys. Realise I haven't actually left a review on here, so I'm doing it to help the algorithm. I binge listened to all the episodes after seeing the podcast and advertised in the LMCA group. Now I have to wait until new ones are released. Sorry, bro, we're doing our best. The information shared in these podcasts have been so valuable for me in starting my lawn mowing and yard care business. Even the subjects talked about that don't yet apply to me are still super interesting, and I love the sidebars and general shit talk. Lots of laughed out loud moments on here. Well worth the listen. Keep it up, fellas. Thanks, man. Really appreciate it. That's a mad review.
And we thank you very much, Mudicelli, for the 5-star review. You are now in the running for the Equipment Defender 2-place trimmer rack. So I just got to roughly think, right? Let's do that draw in the first week of June.
Okay.
Let's not forget it.
Okay.
So, to be eligible for this, you need to leave us a review. If you've already left a review, you will be in the draw.
Sweet.
Because, that's awesome stuff too.
That's cool.
We do have another review. We'll shout that out next episode.
You know what, dude? You know what I want to shout out is Dale. From down in Urban Turf.
Is he? Oh,
Urban Turf. Yeah, I knew you were going to come up with that.
Yeah, I was going to start fucking.
And he put together a contractors day with the help of Skag, and there was a few other people there. I think there was a turf company there. I'm not 100% sure. Do you remember?
A turf company?
Oh, like a.
I see you winking at me.
No, that's just my fucking shit eye.
They're not my.
It's been a wild fucking weekend.
They're not my Beavis and Butthead eyes from last week, are they?
Yeah, that was a good one.
Was it Beavis?
Yeah, it was Beavis.
So you're Butthead.
Yeah, I'm Butthead. But no, awesome work, Dale. Fucking, it looked good, man. There was a good turnout. There was some new machines there from Skag. There was some other machines there too, and it looks like a bunch of contractors turned out. So.
I think Turtle was down there too, was he?
Of course he was.
Turtle's bloody amongst everything.
I think Nanky was there too.
Nanky Panky.
With the young crew.
And you know what? Young Nanky, he texted me.
Oh.
Now, he had an opportunity. Now, I'm just going to say this like it is, right?
Mm.
Nanki has been like really negative towards Skag. He's just like, man, as long as this thing cuts, I don't give a crap. And I'm just like, no, bro.
There's something different.
There's more to it. Anyway,
you just don't know.
He jumped on a 61 V ride.
Yep.
And he's like, man. Now he's teed up to get a husky.
Yep.
Already, I think he might do some part time or some sort of work
at
a mower store or whatever. He's getting lined up for one of the commercial model huskies, which is a model that has credibility.
Yeah.
But there's like, I don't think he can get it till September.
Yeah. Okay.
And he says to me, he goes, I kind of dig in that 61 V ride now. In terms of build and performance and stuff, is there anything to really justify the 6K because it's 6,000 more expensive? And I can't be bothered looking for the message, but I did say, look, in terms of the build and the components, because I know that like a lot of these machines are using industry standard components.
Yeah. But
every brand kind of has their own little thing that they do a little differently. Now we know, and I'm not sure if we've ever spoken about it, but I do know like the Husqvarna stand-ons, I think they got some weird clutch thing or something that's a bit,
Yeah, I've never had much to do with the Husqvarna. I can't even get a fucking demo of equipment from Husqvarna, so I'm not fucking with their stand-ons, that's for sure.
But, Skag has, a few things like... all their pulleys and spindles and stuff like that.
Yeah, full cast iron.
Things like that. So anyway, apparently he said they'll even bung a rear discharge deck.
Really?
Which is what he needs.
Yeah.
That's what, he's like the only one in Australia doing that stuff on zero turns.
True.
But anyway, we'll see what happens.
I can look at. I think he did that last time and then he flipped, so we'll see.
Yeah, but it's all about the deal.
Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah, and you know what? I think, I know people they come to my website and they're looking for deals and stuff, and I mean, look, I think when you're talking about a mower that's like, I don't know what a 61B ride is, but it's probably close to 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, yes, shop around, have a good look. If you're buying like a whipper gripper and some spool, it's tough to discount it because, it's
not making a fucking, a decent margin.
But if someone wanted like 40 whipper grippers, that's
or
different.
even if someone came and said 10, that's
man, we do deals on bulk orders all the time. We're not tripping on that, but that's
Yeah, nice. It looked like a good turnout. Looked like an excellent lineup of fucking machines. It was like, I was so sad that it wasn't held while I was down there, but you can't have it all.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So, also more Skag talk. Now we don't want to be too Skag heavy, but hey, they're just
why not?
They're just in the news,
That's
mate. Will from Rosebud,
that man. Gives the best cuddles.
So dreamy, eh?
Yeah, it's so hot.
He made like a really informative, cool video, right, on the 32V ride.
Yeah.
And the 36V ride.
Yep.
Now we know it's been wetter than. Well, I'm not going to say that.
Wetter than my.
I was actually going to say my wife's name.
Oh no!
So I won't say that. Anyway, it's been wet. And, the 32V rides, they got skinny tyres.
Yeah.
It just is what it is.
Yeah.
People have been like, man, they've been full, skull dragging their decks and doing all sorts of shit. And Will made a really informative video saying that you could put the 36 wheels on the 32.
Yeah.
And because the wheelbase is recessed in the machine, you're only coming out like say half an inch wider than the deck.
Yeah, it's about an inch wider on each side.
Yeah, but what he was saying, right, and I can't remember, we know that the widest point of a V ride is 33 and a half inches.
Yeah.
Not 32.
No, because you can.
So he was saying
chop that fucking side plate off too.
Yeah, so that will take it from 33 and a half down when you take the scrubber off. For anyone that doesn't know what that is, it's the little bump plate.
Yeah,
the little boop boop. It's okay.
I can hit shit, but not that much shit.
Yeah. So, but I noticed he said in his video, "Oh, this will get you to 33 inches," and he's saying that you're still then gaining an inch.
Yeah.
But you're not. You're still within 33 and a half inches.
Yeah, that's true.
Because that is the widest point of the machine. And
it blew my mind though. Like, it's awesome that he.
What? You want to blow me?
Oh God. It's awesome that he fucking took the time out. He had two machines there and just fucking did a little swapsies.
Well, you know what? I must say, Will has done videos in the past which I've always appreciated, and I've seen other dudes ragging on him about some of his videos. And obviously, he's a fucking skag dealer. Like, he's going to do a video on a skag.
Yeah, what's he going to fucking do it on? Or I'll just fucking order a husky so I can do a video on a husky.
Yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know, he's a Husqvarna dealer as well.
Yeah.
And he's also a Bushranger dealer now. Like, he always had their handhelds, but now he's doing their zeros.
Yeah.
So, I mean, skag dealer of the year, 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
I mean,
we're pushing for 3.
Come on, mate.
You can't get better fucking info. The only one who I go to as well is Scotty Osborne. So if I can't get Will on the blower, I'll be like, fucking call me Scotty.
Yeah, man. 2 super knowledgeable dealers.
They're both super attractive too.
Yeah.
Good on them. Rob must pick their dealers and their brand ambassadors on their looks.
That's what I'd be doing if I was...
I still feel hungover, eh? I'm sweating. Or is it really hot?
I'm not hot.
I'm hungover still then.
So, I'll tell you what's not hot. First frost.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Down in Sydney, Guy Fasalo.
Yeah, that's...
I probably cooked that.
Yeah. Probably, but no, that's sweet.
On the Aussie Contractors page, said he saw the first frost of the season.
Fuck.
That blows my mind.
We've had our aircon on. Okay, so it's a bit different here. We've got our aircon on dry because the guys in Brizzy will know.
It's better than Vicky's pussy.
Oh, you said it! God.
Wait, I made it that way.
Wait.
Edit.
Nah. So you made it that way. Fuck, man. So yeah, there's a massive mold epidemic going on in Brisbane. Like everybody's like having issues with mold, even to the point where there's now news articles popping up. It's on all the local groups. How do you get rid of mold? Our place is fucking absolutely just. My wife's Mother's Day flowers. I bought her like this massive bunch of flowers, and she put them outside on the table. Oh my gosh,
that's so thoughtful.
I spent like $300 on flowers that day.
You know what I gave my wife?
What?
A chew.
Oh, really?
Is that too much?
Nah.
Okay.
That's a fucking good gift. I'd be happy with that. You can come home and chew me for Father's Day.
I didn't get my actual mother that though.
Oh, okay.
I feel so gross. I feel so gross right now. That's
when you swap with a friend.
I'm just tired. Yeah, it's like I'll just ring up my brother A and be like, wait, can you give Mum her present?
No, shit.
This is getting
I'm so busy.
Right. Get out of this conversation.
Take the door. Take the door.
Back to the flowers, man.
Okay, so yeah, I got her these flowers. And my mum came around yesterday and I was like, not going to give her a Mother's Day present. But, no. No, she came around and I was like, oh, here you go, fuck, let's go and have a coffee outside. Loose flowers. Like, some of them were still, like, beautiful. And then all of the roses looked like these big black fur balls. And I was like, what the fuck's happened here? Literally all of the roses have turned into these moldy balls.
Oh, no.
And then I looked on the table and underneath the flowers, all of this mold is like spreading out. This is like a fucking $1,200 table that won't fit in our house. So we use it as like it's on a patio. Like, you know our patio.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what the fuck's going on?
Man, I tell you, like
all the windows are crying. The fucking windows are so emotional. They're starting to cry.
Yeah. So it's, man, look, I don't love winter, but it just feels strange the fact that we're say 2 weeks out from winter.
Yeah.
And it's really like we're still swimming.
I'm gonna end up with fucking scrot rot if this keeps up. tropical balls.
Oh man.
Oh. Fuck.
Something else that I saw, and I just wanted to know if anyone else does this, right? So we've heard people talk about, say laying tarps down. Now we did a hedge trimming episode.
Yeah.
And I wish I had seen this. We did a hedge trimming
You
episode.
actually showed me when I got here. Fuck, check this out.
So now, in regards to the cleanup, we've seen, some people lay tarps down, do stuff. We've never really done that.
Yeah.
Only because it's rare that we're just trimming one or a couple.
Most of the time, I'm blowing onto a lawn and mowing it up anyway.
Yeah, and I mean, that is still not the easiest way because you get rid of some of the mulch and there's only so many things you can do. But anyway, someone on social media, JT, he had this mad little hedge jig that is like, I guess it's like two big plastic things with a cutout, and it's difficult to explain, not being visual, but
kind of looks like Pac-Man. Wow.
Yeah, you kind of just put this thing. Now it'll only work in like isolated
shrubs.
Shrubs. It would have to fit within you couldn't do like a 2 meter long rectangle hedge.
Yeah. But like you're talking about little ball hedges.
Little ball hedges, yeah. And he did own up. He said, "Hey, I didn't invent this. I took it from somewhere else." Nevertheless,
that's the kind of shit that fucking
that's that innovative mad shit.
Yeah.
I reckon it'd be cool.
Wait, is that a new product for Catch Pro?
No, I won't steal that. Only because I don't think it applies to enough situations.
What about what's a good product? I reckon. Oh, what? Nah, fuck. We'll talk about it after.
Like a catcher for a hedge trimmer.
Maybe.
I don't know how that would work.
I don't know. You know what? Today I was talking to my new guy, and we were talking about hedges because I'm teaching him, how to hedge and stuff like that. And he's like, "Why haven't they got catchers for these?" I'm like, I don't know, man. No one's really come up with something that actually works properly.
Like, how the fuck would you get it in there?
I know, but I did say, like, we do miss out on a lot of products. Like, I did see someone the other day got a new product, and it's not a new product, but it's a single-sided hedger with the sweeper attachment.
Yeah, that's those Asian ones.
Yeah.
People in Asia use them.
They do.
I've seen it.
They use them in India as well, because they use them for the tea. Because you only take the tip off the tea.
Yeah, it's a sweeper.
Yeah, sweeper.
How about we talk about some mad products, accessories, and innovations maybe next episode?
All right.
Only because I'm a little bit worried about all the sidebars we got going on.
Okay, sorry.
And we still got some more shit to cover.
Can we talk about all the ideas that I've had that you've stolen?
We can talk. Yeah, possibly.
No, because then someone else will steal them.
Yeah. Well, hey, I mean, look, we are one with the people, right?
It's true.
So
we're not sharing like that. I'll share me cooties, but not my ideas.
So one thing that we never really went back to was job titles.
Oh, true that.
Now, let's say I'm like a really hot, slutty chick at the bar.
Okay.
That you want to impress. Now, I know that this part of our life is fucking gone, right?
Yep.
But we're doing it here.
Okay.
G'day, my name is Veronica.
Okay, that's nice. I like that.
What do you do for a living?
I am a professional orgasm giver. No.
That didn't work.
No, I've got my title as head guru of TBL property maintenance.
Okay,
but
that's what you're calling yourself?
No, I'd probably call myself probably like.
Do you call yourself a lawn mowing? So okay.
Probably like a lawn mowing contractor.
Okay, let me help. Let me help.
Like a job title.
So, like we talked about some of the Americans.
Yeah.
Even if they've only got like a 2-crew business, they'll call themselves director.
Okay.
Or they'll call themselves, like I know, say Corey, for example, he calls himself the president.
Okay.
Of probably not Perfy Cut, but
of Ballard Inc.
Ballard Inc. He calls himself the president, and I'm assuming, if you look at some company flowchart, you'll have him as the president, you'll have Lindsay as the vice president, you'll have, and it'll go down.
Okay.
Now, I kind of think it's nonsense.
What about director? I don't mind director.
Yeah, director.
Is that
Look, I think if you're, let's take Skag Australia for example. You know, you got Duncan, who owns the company.
Yeah.
Does he work in the company?
Yeah.
He does?
Yeah.
So I think he would qualify for same, like, I'm the director.
Yeah.
Or I don't know anyone in Australia who calls themselves the fucking president of anything. But anyway.
It's appealing.
It
I
just
call
feels
myself
weird.
the president in the bedroom.
Like, I can just imagine if, like, someone's like, oh, what do you do? And I'm like, you know, I have Catch Pro and I'm the president of the company. I could just feel like someone would I just feel like I'd get haymakered.
You could actually, that might happen. I'm the president.
So I know that when I was in Greenscape Solutions and owned it, you know, for whatever, when I would meet people and say, what do you do for a living? I'd say, look, I'm a lawn mowing contractor.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
That's pretty much what I say.
Sometimes I'd say I'm self-employed and we have a maintenance business.
Yeah.
But it's really interesting to see, you know, I think the industry as a whole in the last, I'm going to say 4 years, but I probably really only mean 2.
Yeah.
I reckon the industry has really built up to where, like, I know when I was younger, meeting girls and meeting other people, when I would tell people I was a lawn mowing contractor, sometimes they would laugh.
Yeah.
You know, because you got dudes out there, they're plumbers, they're chippies, they're sparkies, and all of those trades seem to hold a lot of credibility.
They all get a slang. I could be like, oh, I'm a lawny, and they'd be like, what the fuck is that?
Well, not only that, they'd just be like, in a real job.
Yeah.
But, you know, funny thing is, even lawn mowing contractors that, you know, are maybe not the biggest or anything, on any given day, they're making way more than a sparky.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah. And they get to choose what they do. I guess a sparky does too, but once you're in a job, it's fucking hard to believe it.
I know I was at one of my contractors once and I felt like I was being disrespected by some tradies that were there. And, you know, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, it was like a $350 hedge complex that I used to do.
Yeah.
And this is even back then.
Yeah.
And it used to take me, you know, sometimes 2 hours, sometimes 4 hours, whatever. But I was making good money.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, I could see these dudes mad dogging me and all sorts of shit. And I was thinking, like, man, I'm earning more at this job in a couple of hours than what you're earning for the whole day.
Yeah.
And I do think, you know, sometimes when people are talking about, you know, their job titles and what they call themselves, sometimes I think it can be a little over exaggerated. I think president would be one. Director is probably another.
Damn it.
Okay, look, if you had like 10 workers and then you called yourself the director, I think you're probably getting close to being that's probably your job role.
I'm not too fucking far off 10 people right now.
But, you know, I think in a 2 or 3 man crew,
maybe
calling yourself director is you might as well just be doing a windmill. If you're long enough to do it.
What about CEO?
Oh, don't come at me with that. You know, let's say you look at the Gripskis, for example. Power Up Lawn Care.
Yeah.
And I'm only using them because I hang around them, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, you've got Paul Shan, who is the CEO.
Yeah.
Now...
That makes sense, though.
Yeah, of course. Now, don't compare yourself to him.
No.
If, you know, he's got like 140 people that he's in charge of. You know what I mean? So...
Yeah.
Now, I'm not trying to rag on anyone.
You fucking burst in my bubble every time I turn around.
I'm trying to start a general conversation.
No, I feel the same.
Of what others out there...
I think back... No, back in the day, there was a conversation on LMCA. This was when it first sort of came out of the out of the stock age. But I don't know.
I remember reading through that thread, and I do remember thinking that there was some really clever responses.
Yeah, I just can't think of anything. Like if someone comes up to me and genuinely is like, "Oh, what do you do?" Oh, I'm a lawn mowing contractor. But then like I might elaborate and be like, I don't like my business isn't really focused on just lawn mowing. I do more like property maintenance now and site maintenance. And, if people want me to elaborate, then that's what they get.
Yeah, so I know, like, I guess I've called myself numerous things. Now, whether or not you're saying I'm self-employed or I'm a business owner, I think that's one starting point. And then it's like, oh, okay, what do you do? And I always ended up saying, like, we're in landscape maintenance. And some people, one time someone even chuckled at me about that.
Yeah.
It might have been when we were having drinks or something. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, do I not fucking go out every day and fucking landscape the land out there?
True,
and
true.
scape the land?
Yeah.
I'm doing it every day.
Yeah.
Mowing, hedging, trimming, That is landscape maintenance. I know a lot of Americans also, and the only reason why I keep going back to them is because they're more open about it. With the YouTube, and they say, oh, you have a lawn and landscape business.
Yeah.
I would love to see Aussies using those terms a little bit more to just help lift it a bit more.
Yeah,
bring it up to, even if you are only the resi business in the backyards or whatever, you still are in a thriving industry there is so many opportunities out there.
How good is this industry though? Like, fuck me. I'm like almost 40. I'm almost morbidly obese. And I'm like on Instagram whopping, and fucking lawnies from all around the country are like, hey, that's pretty funny, man. Good on you. And following me for no reason other than like we're in the same industry and we like have the same sense of humour.
Meanwhile, I am just sitting here getting abused from everyone. How is it?
You've had a few.
Yesterday, BJ was kind of flying around town. He's like, oh, hey, I'll swing past your new house, have a look at the damage, rah. So he swings in and my phone beeps. And I just showed BJ straight away. And it's just literally like the first few lines. Are you serious? What sort of shit show are you running?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like, oh man, I don't want to deal with this right now. So I've had a look into it. Now what the story is someone ordered some mower blades from Catch Pro.
Yep.
Now all of our blades are sold as singles.
That makes sense.
And we state that on the website. And the reason being is, let's say you take a 32-inch machine, Skag, Wright, Gravely, whatever. Actually, Gravely could be different. But anyway, let's use Skag and Wright.
Yeah.
They use a 16.5-inch mower blade.
Yep.
But you only need 2 of them.
Okay.
But when you jump up to a 48-inch, Hustler, Skag, Ferris, a few others, you also are using a 16.5-inch blade. But you need 3. So you have to know how many blades your machine runs, and you order that amount.
That makes perfect sense.
Now, this dude ordered 1. Now, I'm not an asshole. I reached out. I'm like, hey, bro, you've only ordered 1 blade. You'll need to order more to make up your set. Didn't get any response. 10 days had gone past. And I was like, maybe he only wants 1 blade for some weird-ass reason. But he's not getting back to me, so I just shipped him a blade.
Okay.
So that was the first blow-up. He's like, you fucking serious? What the hell do you think you're doing? What the fuck am I going to do with 1 blade? I'm like, dude, order what other blades you need, and I'll reimburse you the shipping fee on the next order, which comes out of my pocket.
Yeah.
So he ordered 2 more blades. I reimbursed him his shipping fee. When he's received, and that's when he texts, and he's like, what shit show are you running? And he's ordered the wrong blades.
Wouldn't he know from the fucking one he got?
Now that is all. Now I didn't say that to him.
Yeah.
Because I was already on.
Yeah. You're looking at your fucking flood ravaged backyard,
and he's just like, man, I came to you guys because I thought I'd give you a chance, and you know, he
called you clowns as well. He's like, what?
Yeah, what sort of clown are you? And all this stuff. Now, what the issue was is he ordered a pair of blades with the 5/8 center hole, and he has the 15/16 center hole. Now, it says all over our blade thing, make sure you measure the length of the blade diagonally and the diameter or shape of the center hole.
Yeah.
Because some mower brands and so like if you take Toro for example, Toro have for the grandstand anything pre-2021 it runs a 5/8 center hole. Anything after 2021 it runs the 15/16 center hole, but there's still blades for a Toro grandstand.
Yeah.
So you need to, if you come to the website or anywhere, go to a mall shop, whatever it is, doesn't matter where you're getting them from, you need to tell them.
Yeah.
So I don't know how we got there.
Read the fucking website.
I don't know how we got to that.
Oh, just
when we're talking about titles.
Yeah. He's a dickhead.
I guess
that's his title. Nah, seriously, man. Fuck.
Yeah,
mate,
g'day. I'm a dickhead.
Yeah, g'day. Yeah.
What do you do for a living?
Oh,
I'm a dickhead.
Yeah, fucking. You have a look at the foreskin on my head. Speaking about heads, me fucking kid WWE'd me the other day. Oh, yesterday. He full like we were playing rough. Like I was tackling him, and then we were passing a footy, and then all of a sudden, like I wasn't paying attention. He's like. He's pretty big for his age. He just picked up a chair and he's like, fuck it, Dad, woof, and just threw a chair in my face, and it full like cracked me in the head, and I was just like trying to hold it inside, and Lou was like, oh, say sorry to Dad, that really hurt him. I'm like, it fucking hurt me, like trying to be all tough, and then he gave me a tambourine.
Do you want to hear an inappropriate story about me and one of my daughters when I got hurt once?
Sure.
So,
inappropriate.
Well, I mean, I think of it as completely normal.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I'm about to jump in the shower. This is like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And just for some reason, I was like, I just tucked all myself in like a tail, like in between my legs, and I'm yelling out to Nellie. She's like 6, and I'm like, Nellie. And she's like, yeah, and I'm like, come and have a look at my girl wee wee, because I had it all tucked in, and she's come round into, and she's just like, ah, like I was doing it because like she gets like real psycho, like
yeah.
I just knew that she would think that it was hilarious.
she's your fucking.
So all of a sudden, she's just like lunged in to like. I don't know, there was nothing there. Right? But I've naturally done like the little turn around, and man, she just like did like a big Malmaninga toe punt right when I've gone to turn, and so all my gear's at the back, and because it's all compressed in between your legs, it's all like, it's not just floppy, it's all like tight and compressed, and man, that was the sack whack from hell. It ended up in her crying, because her emotions are very exact. Like when she's happy, she's happy as hell. When she's sad, it's like, you know, hell's fucking frozen over.
Yeah.
So my wife ends up running in, and here I am in the fetal position with a girl wee wee with a frozen chook hanging out the back. And she's like, what the hell's going on? Nellie's crying.
Oh.
And anyway, it was...
that's excellent, man. That's a good story. I'm so glad you shared that. That's a new one on me. Fucking hell, man.
So, yeah, anyway, that was quite funny. Anyway, now, it's time to talk about bad workwear.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I have another story.
Okay.
So, because of all the rain, the floods and everything...
Yeah.
When I was... doing all my flood stuff, for the first time this season I was like, I'm going to take out my rain defend, because it's just been too hot to wear a hoodie in any circumstance. But it was a little bit cooler on Friday, and I knew that I was going to be in the rain.
Yeah.
Well, it started on Thursday night. I went out there sandbagged, and because it was night time I took it.
Yeah.
And it didn't rain that much. Wore it all day Friday. Now I just need to tell everyone, we are not gamming about this. Those things work.
I wore mine last week.
Yeah, say that louder for the mic.
I wore mine last week. No, so I'm same dude. I bought mine like before we even thought about doing a podcast.
Well, I've had mine as well.
Yeah.
For that long, but like I haven't been a real contractor for a long time. You know, like if it was raining at home and I needed to do something, I'd probably put a raincoat on.
Yeah.
If
I don't even think I have a raincoat anymore.
Well, I've got one. But anyway, if I was going out and doing works and it was, say if we were going to mow the 40 acres, right, and we knew that there was a chance of rain or maybe it was raining on and off, I would wear that.
Yeah.
But that's not who I've been the last 12 months. And I'm assuming it was on the 40 acres when you wore yours, or no?
No, I pulled it out for the village. We've had fucking so much terrible weather. I could have worn it for like the last 2 weeks, but that actually worked. And look, I'll be perfectly honest. Last year when I bought it, I got a little bit thick, and I wasn't fitting in it. And this year, fucking buska, straight on.
Congrats. Now we do want to be honest with everyone, and I've got another honest little plug for Bad Workwear. Now, some of their workwear is either slim fitting or, look, I think tailored more on the, say, chiseled side or whatever. I do think they have bits and pieces that fit different body types.
They definitely do.
And anyways, for myself personally, I bought some Bad Saviour pants, which I've always had. And my wife accidentally put them in the dryer after a wash, and they did shrink a little.
Yeah.
Now, they still fit me, but, I'm kind of one of those dudes, maybe I'm a little bit trapped in the 90s, where...
Little baggy pants.
Yeah, sagging. Fucking...
Sagging.
So, I'm just a little bit more comfortable...
Yeah.
...with, a little bit of gangster rap pants. Type of thing.
I feel it.
Anyway, so I bought myself a new pair. I've actually got them on right now, but I'm guessing half the people can't see me. They're brand new. Now, what I actually did was I went up a size and intentionally put them in the dryer, so that if we're having shit rain like this, and you have a dryer or whatever, you can bung them in there and know that they're still going to fit.
Yep.
And it is sweet. So, if you're looking for some awesome workwear, jump on their website. Use the skull code in capital letters to save 10%.
Yeah.
And also, probably wouldn't hurt to post it on Instagram. Tag myself and BJ. Tag Bad Workwear. They fucking love that shit.
There's been a ton sold, and we haven't been tagged in that many photos. We have a few. Don't get me wrong.
Sometimes people send me photos, but I don't want to repost them. Without, it's better if you guys post them and tag us.
Yeah, and it's good for you too, because then we'll reshare them. Then Bad Workwear will reshare them.
Like the
people
lovely
that
D.
follow us. Yeah.
D did a good job.
Yeah, excellent job. But people that follow us will more than likely follow you. So it's just building that community.
That's it.
That bad community.
But not only that, you're getting good Australian workwear.
Yeah.
We actually do hope to get Cameron, the owner of Bad Workwear, in for an interview one day.
That would be cool. Something different.
That would be cool. So, I think we're just about getting ready to wrap this one up.
Yeah.
Put a bow on it, as we say.
Yeah.
I do apologise for the no topic this week. We did try and, cover some relative topics.
Yeah.
We will be more prepared on Sunday.
You might be. I'm planning on getting drunk again. Nah.
Well, I'm moving house Friday. So it'll be interesting to see how much I can lift with this hand.
Oh my god.
That's my strong hand.
As long as you can still give me a hand jib later.
Do you remember the strong hand from Scary Movie?
How could I forget?
This is my strong hand, take it. Oh, fuck off.
Oh, it's still one of the best movies ever.
I wish I got to watch movies.
Yeah, me too.
Alright, well, until Sunday, I'm Ben at Catchbro. He is at TBL, and we are out of time.
Peace.